This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. I'm Kate Sharon. Classes resume this week at Notre Dame, meaning South Bend's busiest travel season is just around the corner. And as Marcus Freeman and the Fighting Irish ramp up practice before their home opener September 2nd against Tennessee State, South Bend International Airport CEO Mike Daigle is prepping his team for an expected increase in traffic brought on by game day fans.
At the end of the day, it's really about how do we keep this moving forward and, again, keeping that safety and security at top of mind constantly for doing all of these things. It looks easy. Sometimes it is very easy because we got great people, great team, but sometimes it takes a lot of coordination.
The airport is midway through a multi-year $70 million terminal apron and taxiway reconstruction project, decades in the making. Since terminal apron construction began this spring, the airport has closed a couple gates at a time to not only replace aging concrete nearest to the airport's 9-gate concourse, but also to dig up nearly 35,000 cubic yards of dirt to lessen the height of its terminal apron, the section of concrete closest to the airport gates where planes park to board passengers. Airport staff say the closures have not affected travel and are not expected to through the football season this fall. While airlines flying in the South Bend are typically assigned their own gates, South Bend International officials are redirecting some airlines into shared gates throughout the construction to minimize effects on travel. Crews will work as long as they can into the cold winter months and resume work in the spring with final completion expected later next year. Job boards will soon see 500 new job postings for the in-progress Terre Haute Casino, which plans to open its doors in early 2024. Jobs include dealers, management, security, food and beverage, and housekeeping. Many of those jobs are expected to open in October. Dealers will earn at least $22 per hour. The casino is providing a $16 per hour paid training, as well as a $500 sign-on bonus. A little more than a decade ago, Eli Lilly & Co. was limping along. The picture couldn't be more different in 2023. IIB's Alex Brown has more.
The Indianapolis-based drug maker's pipeline sputtered, turning out only 2 new medicines from 2005 to 2013, neither of them big sellers. A much-anticipated drug to treat Alzheimer's disease failed to work better than placebo in a late-stage clinical trial. Patents were about to expire on some of the company's most profitable drugs, accounting for more than 60% of sales. Today, in a remarkable turnaround, Lilly is on top of the world. The company has launched 20 drugs in the past decade to treat diseases from arthritis and psoriasis to diabetes and cancer. In recent months, Lilly has overtaken every competitor to become the most valuable drug maker in the world. Lilly is now worth an eye-popping $518 billion as measured by market value, the price of its stock times the number of outstanding shares. That's more than 10 times its value in 2010, $40 billion, when Lilly was whispered about as a potential takeover target. The drug maker with the next highest market value, $450 billion, is New Jersey-based Johnson & Johnson, a company more than 3 times Lilly's size in revenue. What all this means for Lilly is that investors now view the company as more stable and less risky. Although with the stock in record territory, it also raises questions about how much higher it can go. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
The Columbus Area Chamber of Commerce and the Greater Columbus Economic Development Corporation are searching for their new headquarters, but it may not be found in downtown Columbus. After their previous offices sustained water and smoke damage from a 2022 fire in the Irwin Block building nearby, the organizations have been temporarily housed in a Cummins Incorporated office space while they search for a new location. They are now expanding their search beyond just the downtown core. After a recent privacy incident, U of L Health announced it will notify affected patients by mail. The breach only affected patient information sent through the third-party software called MoveIt. Access patient data may include names, dates of service, dates of birth, patient account numbers, member ID numbers, social security numbers, and addresses. The health system said network and electronic medical records databases were not compromised, as well as the security or normal operations of U of L health systems. The incident happened on June 1st, and the health system said a handful of practices used the vulnerable software. The United Way of Central Indiana is awarding $10.5 million to 34 community organizations. The grants coming from United Way's Family Opportunity Fund will support education, health, and financial sustainability initiatives across multiple generations. United Way officials believe these grants will reach about 4,000 families over 15 months. Travis Brown, CEO of Mojo Up Marketing and Media, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.